Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm the GQ Jedi. If you're not already subscribed to me, blast the subscribe button down below so you don't miss any valuable Star Wars content. Today I'm unveiling Wave 2 from the Next 17. That's right, the Next 17 is a custom action figure toy maker that has made some vintage style Star Wars action figures that fit into the Kenner line, and everything started off with the Mon figure, which I reviewed and got some time ago, and I had to see what the Next 17 was up to. So I was able to get my hands on some of the Wave 2 action figures. I'm always curious to see what toy makers are making nowadays, and I wanted to show these off to you guys, take a deeper, closer look into the Next 17's new stuff. I mean, who doesn't want to look at new action figures? So without further ado, let's go check out the Next 17's Wave 2 figures. Alright guys, this box comes all the way from the Netherlands. This is from the Next 17. These guys make custom vintage style action figures that go with the Kenner line, and this is part of their Wave 2 action figures. I don't know if you guys remember, but I did a review on their Mon. Mon was the very first figure that they created. It was for the Jabba's Palace collection, so to speak, and I was pretty impressed with that figure. And well, I had to get some more, guys. I had to get some more. I had to see what the Next 17 is up to in their next phase of cool vintage style action figures. And so here we are. Let's get into this box. Love getting Star Wars toys in the mail, as you guys know. Absolutely my favorite thing in the world. Just love it. Love it, love it, love it. There's never a bad day when I've got Star Wars toys to open. Never a bad day. So with that being said, let's dig into this bad boy. Super excited to see what's in store. I'm gonna grab these one at a time here. So here we have a Jabba the Hutt action figure. This is one of the Jabba the Hutt Desnons that's in the palace that we see in Return of the Jedi. And I cannot believe that they've made some of these figures. This is so cool. This is a background character, but a cool character nonetheless. Honestly, I forgot the gentleman's name. It is an alien, of course. Some of these, I know a lot about the line. I know a lot about the movies, of course. But some of these obscure characters in the background, you'll have to forgive me, guys. I know one of you watching this video is going to see this and go, "Oh, that's so-and-so," and forgive me for not having the name down right off the bat. But sure, at some point in this video, it'll come to me. But this is a rad figure. I do appreciate the fact that he decided to make more Jabba goons. I love Jabba's palace scenes in Return of the Jedi. Super cool. I feel like we did get a slew of them. Kenner did put out a lot of action figures for that line, but in my opinion, you could never have enough, and Kenner eventually stopped, and so there's holes to be filled, and the Next 17 is doing a great job of trying to fill those holes, so I really appreciate that. And like I said, it started with Mon, which was an amazing figure, and here we are with some more Jabba goons, so thank God. Thank God. And let's take a look at this guy. Great detail. This is a 5 points of articulation. The head, the arms, the legs, of course. It does come with a belt. So this belt, kind of like the Empire Strikes Back Master Yoda belt. It kind of has that same working where there's a little notch that goes into a hole, so to speak, and kind of clips in. So that's kind of cool. I'm assuming that was intentional. A nice little throwback to the Yoda belt. Loving this kind of figure, man. This is just great. He's, again, just need more goons, man. You can never have enough Jabba goons, in my opinion. I absolutely love the Jabba goons. So this is great. This is absolutely great to get. Super stoked. Looks like he has a decent enough grip to hold some weapons. He can hold something. I think it looks like he can hold any kind of thing, a staff, a blaster, something of that nature. Of course, on the bottom he does have holes for foot pegs, so you can put your vintage style action figure stand. He can go right on that, which is awesome. This guy's got some nice weight to him. I don't think he's going to, as long as he's pretty flat-footed, which he does look, I don't think he's going to, you know, fall over in a stiff breeze. You know, he's pretty hefty, so I do appreciate that. I like that. When I get figures and they feel like they got some oomph, as I call it, to them, that makes me happy. I feel like I'm not going to break the dang thing. You know, I feel like it's got some, it's like well made. You know, and again, these are factory made. These come out of steel molds, so this is not a 3D printed action figure by any means. It's pretty obvious right away that this is well, all of these are factory made, which I love. So again, following in the vintage Kenner style line of making action figures. On the back side here, you can see it says TN 1722. So that's literally the next 1722. So this is the next 17's coup, so to speak, country of origin, kind of like Kenner used to do. So it's cool. I do like the original stamping of said figures. Not that you can mistake that this is not a Kenner figure. I mean, it looks like a Kenner figure, but I mean, it's like, you know, obviously if you know the line, you know this wasn't made by Kenner, but it's still cool. I like the branding that they're doing on these figures. I appreciate that. I think that's awesome, and it's a nice little calling card, so to speak. And I really wish I really wish I knew this gentleman's name. So I apologize to you guys out there, and to the next 17. I know you guys will watch this video at some point. Some of these names of these obscure characters, even I forget, so I do apologize. So we're gonna put this little gent over there, and gonna dig into here. And here we have another Jabba goon, which is awesome. Oh, and guys, I'm so sorry, I forgot. Whew. This knife is the accessory that comes with this goon. As you guys know, I get excited. I start talking goofiness with you know, when I've got Star Wars figures. So let us put this knife. So he comes with a knife, a blade of some sort, which is kind of cool because a lot of these guys, the Kenner figures, you know, especially all had blasters. You know, a lot of them had blasters, and then they had these long pikes. They had like long staffs, some kind of staff of some sort. So I appreciate the fact that Next 17 has decided to make knives, you know, some kind of blade, some kind of shorter, close contact weapon. Like, who knows that, you know, I don't remember the history of this character, but maybe this was something indicative of his fighting style, or, you know, I just appreciate the fact that it's not a staff, it's not a pole, it's an actual knife. It's something different finally, so that's pretty rad. And here we have, like I said, another Jabba goon with another obscure name that I don't remember. Again, these are background characters, and I remember reading the books back in the day. You know, that the novelizations, the ancillary books, the legends material, the Tales of Jabba's Palace, which is a book I do love, and I actually still have, and I need to brush up on that and read that again. I'm sure all of these names were talked about, mentioned in those books, some capacity. But yeah, this guy kind of reminds me right out the gate. He kind of reminds me of the Ice Age character. I think it's Sloth. Yeah, one of those Ice Age characters has got like that doofy face. So like goofy face, man. But I wouldn't tell him that. Because well, he comes with, it looks like a little short-range malice. I think that's what these things are called. Again, with a given a weapon, a nice little weapon, a nice little something that's not a blaster, you know, not a blaster, which is cool. So I do appreciate that. And this is again, 5 points of articulation, arms move, legs, head of course turns. And again, with the girth, it's got that nice density, I should say. Love that, absolutely love that. And it is stamped again with the Next 1722 stamp. Has holes for the foot pegs, which is great. Again, look at these two guys. Just ugly, but absolutely necessary for the Jabba collection. I'm loving the fact that I can now stick these in my Jabba's Palace scene. So this was sweet. I had to pick up these guys. It was kind of a must for me. I'm a sucker for the aliens. You know, Star Wars is all about aliens, and I'm all about aliens. So I had to get these guys. These were high on my list, and just, again, Kenner's done, guys. Kenner's done. It was done in '85, so we're not getting any more figures from them. And Next 17 is carrying on the legacy in their own way, and I appreciate that. This is so cool. I love that they're, you know, aliens and not, you know, humanoids. I mean, the humans, there's quite a few humans in the Jabba's Palace scene. They're tucked away, various henchmen and whatnot, bearded dudes with leather cloths and, you know, caps and whatnot. But the aliens, man, that's where it's all about for me. Always has been. And it looks like this is potentially I'm guessing maybe overspray from that. I've just noticed that. Normally I take lighter fluid to things and maybe I can get that off, and if I can't, then it's definitely overspray, and not the end of the world, by a long shot. If anything, it kind of gives him some more character. Like maybe that's a scar. I mean, that's the way I would play it. If I was a kid, I'd be like, oh, that's a scar from some battle. It makes him look like more of a bad boy, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of cool. And I will note that it looks like these guys were, you know, basically the same, assuming that they have the same molding, yes. So this is the same body style, same body, looks like the same hands, same limbs. So basically the head is different, but the body's different, or the body's the same rather. And I understand the purpose of this. Next 17 is not some large corporation that's just churning out action figures left and right. These steel molds cost a lot of money. It costs a lot of money to make a figure, so it's kind of cost effective to reuse a steel mold and possibly just retool a head, make a new head, but keep the body the same. It cuts down on cost greatly, so I by no means think it's a bad move on Next 17's part to do that. I think they're able to then make more action figures and get us more figures with keeping in with the same mold. So it's not a bad idea, and I completely understand why. And hey, it's getting the job done. And again, these are factory made, so the steel molds, like I said, they cost a lot of money. And when you are, you know, you're not some big corporation, it's hard to get a line off the ground. So kudos to the Next 17 for starting with F at Mon, and then now this is the Wave 2 figures. Kudos to them. They're continuing on, they're chugging along, you know, selling these things and making more figures, and I dig that. And if they weren't doing it, then I wouldn't be holding these figures in my hand. So I just wanted to point that all out to you guys. You know, some of you are like, oh, it's the same body. Yes, it is, but there's a reason for that, and it makes sense. It absolutely makes sense. Maybe when they're on their 30th figure and they've become a huge company, then maybe they'll start doing separate steel molds for figures. But I don't blame them, man. I would have probably pulled the same move, and it works. And I think that's probably shows to the genius of picking certain figures that you could do that with in order to extend the line and make more action figures. So good on them. Good on them. I definitely don't fault them for that in any sense. That's just smart. That's just being a smart toy maker. And let's face it, guys, Kenner recycled the heck out of everything. I mean, when they could cut a corner, they absolutely cut a corner, and they'd recycle playset bases. And how many blasters, how many figures did the got an Imperial blaster? Kenner was too lazy to craft and tool a new weapon, so 15 guys got an Imperial blaster as opposed to their own special weapon. How many people got a Rebel blaster? The Cantina, some of the Cantina aliens. Like, it's just recycling is the name of the game in a toy company when you can do it and you can do it right. So, not knocking them whatsoever. That's just smart. That's just being smart. Let's see what else we got in here, kids. Let's see what else we got in here. All right. I'm going to kind of do this as a slow reveal here. All right. So this is the Next 17 Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is pretty smooth, man. This is pretty smooth. Of course, we only got one Obi-Wan Kenobi in the entire Kenner line, and that was a vinyl caped Obi-Wan from the original first 12 figures. So it's nice to get a second one. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Super cool, man. Love the fact that Obi-Wan's getting some more play, getting some more action. The face looks pretty dang good. I could just picture the Tatooine sandy winds blowing his hair across. Poor Alec Guinness. If you guys watch the movies, his hair is all over the place in the original trilogy. Like, his hair is combed one way, then the next minute it's combed another way. Like, his hair was everywhere. Poor guy. Sir Alec Guinness. Great portrayal of the amazing Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. So this figure is pretty sweet, man. I like the fact that it comes with this is genius. Coming with the lightsaber that is reminiscent of the Bespin Luke and Jedi Luke lightsaber. Has the little 3 notches. It's not the telescoping deal. Like, I'm glad that, good Lord, let's give the man something to hold this time. Those telescoping lightsabers were cool, but I much prefer something that could stick in their hand. And on this lightsaber, obviously it is blue, so it gets the correct color. Has the circles just like the Bespin and Jedi Luke lightsaber did. And of course, it's flat on the other side, so there's no mistake in this. This is not a reproduction. This is a true custom. It's blue. It's the only blue lightsaber that's ever been made besides the one for the Jedi Luke, Return of the Jedi snap cape. He got a blue lightsaber. And again, it has circles on both sides. It's not squared off that hard, so looks nothing like this. You couldn't even possibly confuse the two. But this is great, man. This is great. I love the fact that Obi-Wan gets a little bit more playtime out here. I think the easiest way would probably do it like that. Some of these figures are, it's this hand. And I remember, like, the Kenner figures, you guys got to remember, like, some of these don't fit. Like, the weapons are hard to get in, or they don't hold the dang weapon at all. I'd rather it be a little snug than the weapon falls out. And this figure, that weapon ain't going anywhere, man. Ben's not going to let go of that lightsaber when he fights Obi-Wan or Darth Vader. So this is smooth. Got the nice robes. It's not all one color like the original one. I love the original Kenner version, but this actually looks more representative of Obi-Wan Kenobi's his cloak. You can see the makings of his boots kind of poking out underneath there, so I like that attention to detail. You got the belt, 2 different colors for the tunic. This is smooth. The nice flowy arms. Smooth. Absolutely smooth. And of course, it is stamped. Next 17/2022 has the holes for the foot pegs again. And again, it's got the weight. This is, again, a factory-made figure. It's not a chintzy, thin something that was done in a garage. This is factory-made. It feels like it. Absolutely feels like it. And I'm just loving the detail on Ben's face here. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. That beard's on point. That beard is on point. Just love it. Love it. This is pretty smooth. Pretty smooth. And like I said, just stoked to have another Obi-Wan Kenobi in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Like, the other one is awesome. Love it. Love the Kenner one. I don't want you guys to think I'm heaping any hate on Kenner. If I wouldn't have this channel, folks, if I hated Kenner in any sense of the word. There's anything that they've done is, even if it's a mistake, a goof, whatever, I own it. I love it. I respect it. Never talk any smack about Kenner. But I do need to point out differences from the 70s and 80s to now. I mean, this is what toy makers are able to do now. They're able to take things in another direction. Something that certainly Hasbro has done to a staggering degree with detailing and stuff. And I honestly don't collect modern. I'm not into it. It doesn't hold a nostalgic factor to me. Feeling for me rather, and I definitely don't want to give Hasbro my money because I think they are a greedy company, and I will never stop saying that because it's true. And that's not to disparage any of you folks out there that collect modern. I totally get it. Just for me, it's not my bag. I'd rather collect vintage Kenner, and I'd rather collect vintage customs like this, stuff that pays homage to the original trilogy. the original trilogy figures from back in the day. And again, this also has the, I need to point out that the robe itself, the figure, it has the blocky kind of leggings. That's a throwback to the old school Kenobi, where the legs are, the robe parted in the middle, and it was like, what was his legs, what was the robe, you know? And so it's the same style, just a little bit more detailed, more tooled, to show a better representation of him. So this is pretty smooth, man, pretty smooth. I do love this Kenobi. I do like him a lot. I think this is a great representation of him, and can't wait to put him in a Death Star, or Tatooine for that matter, display. Very cool, very cool. Well worth the wait, guys. These figures all come from the Netherlands. I'm here in sunny Southern California, and all these figures were shipped to me from the Netherlands. So it took quite some time to get, but you know, with shipping, customs, and the whole shebang, and just the process of waiting for the, you know, I didn't order these right away, unfortunately. So I kind of, you know, just with life, you know, there's a lot of stuff out there, and so I try to stay on top of it, and I'm getting more into customs. And so like I said, I didn't order this right away, unfortunately, but it came within relatively good time, from time to order to now. And it's cool because it came from the Netherlands, man. It's just like, this is from Europe. This took some time to get. I couldn't just go grab this off the shelf. That's what I appreciate about all this vintage and all these customs. Like, I can't just find it, you know, in my local neighborhood. I got to order it, and I got to wait. I got to be patient. All right, let's see what else we got in this little goodie bag. Whew, got some goodies, guys. Nice. It's been a minute since I ordered this stuff, so I kind of forgot what all I was getting. Check these guys out. So we have Jedi spirits, man. Well, one's a spirit and one's not. So this is Obi-Wan Kenobi, the Force Ghost visage that Luke would have seen on Hoth when you know, Luke had been attacked by the wampa, and he staggered out into the cold tundra, the blizzard, and called out to you know, was just kind of calling out to Ben when he first appeared, and he's like, Ben, and then, you know, of course, Obi-Wan instructs Luke to go to the Dagobah system to learn from Master Yoda. So Next 17 has made basically a Force ghost of Ben, which is awesome. We never really got this version with the hood. You know, Kenner certainly did not make that, and I do love that he has his hood. This is a nice color, definitely stands out. You know immediately this is a Force ghost, and there's no question of that whatsoever. So I do love this. Again, keeping with the same robe style, you know, with basically the same detailing, molded the same way. And look at the face. Look at the face. You definitely know that that's Ben. Like, nice beard, nice great detailing on this. This is pretty smooth, guys. Pretty smooth. I just get so excited. You guys are making the coolest stuff nowadays, man. I just love it. Like, custom action figures they're just so much fun. You breathe in so much more life into the Kenner line, into the vintage line, and that's where my heart lays, in the vintage. You know, that's what hits me in the feels. That's what gives me the chills, the goosebumps, those nostalgic, feeling like a kid vibe again. And I love having figures in my hands, guys. Yeah, it's just so awesome to have figures. Like I said, I love opening stuff. I love, you know, getting toys in the mail like this. It's like bringing me back to being a little kid. It's Christmas. It's my birthday. Got a box to open, and what's better than opening a box of Star Wars figures, and new Star Wars figures, stuff I don't have. Like, this is rad. This is the best for me. There we see the coup, Next 17 stamp. Awesome. This one does also have the holes for the foot pegs. So again, with this displaying of the action figure stands, Not that you probably need them. These figures, again, they all seem like they're pretty sturdy and pretty level. Some of the Kenner figures, and I've only pointed this out a couple times, because some of the Kenner figures, they're like, the way they were cut, the legs are kind of, some of the feet, the legs are, you know, one leg will be this long and the other leg will be this long, and the figure's kind of like, doesn't stand properly. I saw it on a Princess Bespin Leia that I had, that I was going through my collection, and I took her off the peg and off the foot stand, and she kind of did this, and then I let go and she fell over. It's like some of the figures weren't tooled properly, but these all look like they're pretty level, and like not the stands are not going to be necessary, but it's nice to have the option to have the foot pegs, or the holes for the foot pegs. So it's pretty sweet sauce in my opinion. But yeah, this is great. The head does move a little bit, so that's kind of cool, although I would just keep them straight like this. But this is awesome, man. Like, just need my Hoth Luke. This is a scene right here. My Hoth Luke with this guy. This is beautiful. I mean, I just love the ice cold blue colors. This is a perfect color, perfect choice for this action figure. And just cool to make. Good on the Next 17 for making a Force Ghost version of Ben. This is solid. This is a solid figure, like a really well chosen character to make. And again, Ben just getting some more love, man, getting some more love. You know, I dig that. I think that's definitely a smooth operation happening here. Heck yeah, Force Ghost Ben, love that. All right, so this is not a Force Ghost. This is a holographic version of what I would assume to be Luke from Return of the Jedi. And I only say that because, you know, he's not a true Jedi master. This isn't some like sequel garbage. He doesn't have a beard. This is, again, a original trilogy version of Luke. So I was saying, he does have the Jedi Luke head, and the body is the same as this Kenobi, same mold. So he's using the same molding as same steel mold. Torso, legs, arms are all the same, just retooling the head. So that's cool. I understand that. Again, recycling, making use of a good mold. I understand that. And so yes, it would have been cool, you know, obviously if this didn't quite look this way, and it was less of a roby kind of feel and more looking like the Jedi Luke that Kenner made. I think that would have been just a little cooler, just for the simple fact that looks more akin to the only time we saw Luke in this way, because again, I'm assuming this is the holographic version that R2 projects out to Jabba when Luke tells him he's a Jedi and he's, you know, wants to make a deal for Han Solo's life. So I think if it had less of the flowy robes and had singular sculpted legs like the Jedi Luke, I think that would have been cool. But again, no faulting of Next 17. I totally get why they did this. And again, guys, these are toys. I know some of you out there, you know, may or may not love all of this, but these are toys. Like, this is still breathing life into a collection, and it's a creator's choice to do what they wish with the toys and the products. Dare I call them that? I hate calling toys products, but they are products. It's their choice to make a toy a certain way. So if you don't like something, you know, don't buy it. It's just that simple. So, I mean, I just want to, just to make that clear, I don't fault toy makers for doing their own thing, and they have their reasons, and, you know, it's their creativity and their money in essence to get a project going. So I understand why, like I said, Next 17 has done what they've done with these body sculpts. But I do love the fact that we just get a holographic Luke, like, regardless of what the shirt looks like or his flowy legs, like, who cares? We get a holographic Luke. Like, that's pretty sweet. And again, I love the blue color. Just love that. It's such a standout color. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. All right, guys, let's see what else we got in this bag of tricks here. All right. So something funky that Next 17 has done is they've made these, and I had to see what they're up to. It's different when you see it in the photos, versus when you actually get the toy in your hand. And I had to see what the heck this was all about. So this is some like weird black version of a baby wampa. It comes with the bone, and I'm maybe in some other part of the galaxy there's other colored wampas. I don't know, but this was just some little demon looking thing, and I thought, shoot, maybe he could go in some, I don't know, some scene somewhere. I'm not sure, but it was more of just curiosity. More curiosity than anything to check out what, oh shoot, that's cool. Okay, so even the dang, I didn't know that. I definitely did not know that. The horns actually move. Okay. So you get, I guess he can, stylistically, you can kind of, so now he really, okay. Now it's taking things in a different direction. Now it looks less like a black wampa, more like some other alien creature altogether. So that's interesting. That's interesting. This is 5 points, or 4 points, excuse me. The head does not move. Let's not get it twisted. Yeah, so the arms, the legs move. Yeah, this is a funky looking little dude, man. This little demon looking thing, man. And of course it is stamped with the Next 17 line there. And there is holes for foot pegs, of course. Yeah, this is its own little one-off creature. I'm not sure what possessed the Next 17 to make this guy, but he's funky looking, absolutely funky looking. And like I said, he looks less like a wampa and more like some other kind of creature that you could stick somewhere in the background. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he could be a Rancor treat for all I know. I mean, this could be some little thing that Jabba ships in, and you know, the Rancor eats him. I don't know. But again, it's just so goofy that I was like, what is that? So I had to check it out. And of course, this bone, nice, durable, solid plastic, and gives this little dude, snaps in there perfectly, this little dude something to chew on, so to speak. Yeah, these horns, man, that threw me for a loop. I was not expecting that. So that's kind of cool. That's some tooling out, and again, gives you something else. Like, this could be, you know, a short little midget looking, you know, cantina guy, you know, some alien creature, you know, trying to get a drink at the bar, and, you know, kind of like you know, like a little diminutive Jawa style type alien. So very interesting. Like I said, curiosity's sake, that was a curiosity's sake. I had to see what that was all about. All right, so because these molds are already made, and I could see where you're like, okay, I did what I wanted to do. I set out to make this type of figure. Let's just see how funky we can get. The Next 17 has decided to make what looks to be a dark side version of Luke, and he gave him a red lightsaber, kind of like the Obi-Wan Kenobi lightsaber. What's cool about this is he did make a nice cloth style cloak, which I'm a sucker for the soft goods. I'm not gonna lie, I do love the soft goods. Return of the Jedi started doing that, and just a bold move, and just an awesome addition for the line to give it some new life. So making some soft goods was a smooth choice. So I do kind of dig that this thing has this dark Sith-like Luke has a cloth robe. This is dope. And paying attention to detail, the right hand is black. So this is already post Empire Strikes Back. Of course, Luke's already lost his hand to Vader. In the fight. And also, this is post Jabba. He's got the glove on it now, so, you know, he's hiding the fact that it's been blasted. So, and honestly, if we're going to be truthful about this, this kind of folds a dual purpose in my opinion, because if I don't use the right red lightsaber and I take this off, this is a new Jedi Luke right here. This is a brand new good side Jedi Luke, post all of that stuff, post Jabba, you know. So that is actually kind of cool. I don't know if Next 17 thought about that, but like I said, if you take the cloak off, because we never actually see Luke use a cloak after Jabba's palace. You know, he kind of just runs around like this the whole time. So if you were to take this off, now you just got another Jedi Luke figure. Not a Sith one, but just a straight up Jedi Luke figure. So that's pretty sweet. And again, if you want to roll with the Sith, you know, this is like an expanded universe type figure. A Legends figure, like a what if Luke went to the dark side kind of thing. So, and the detailing in the head looks smooth, keeping with the Mark Hamill haircut. He's kind of got the ghostly skin, and he has, if you guys notice, his eyes are yellow. So old boy has gone to the dark side. This is truly a Sith Luke, man. This is truly a Sith Luke. This is not a Jedi. He is a Sith, straight up. So yeah, I guess I'm wrong in my Jedi Luke. I mean, I don't know. From a distance, it still could play. I just thought, shoot, he's got dual purpose. But yeah, with those yellow Sith eyes, I don't know, boys and girls, he looks like a bad guy to me. So that's kind of cool. Again, just some weird creativity, you know, making something happen, choosing to make a figure because you can. And I think it's funky. And gotta try to shove this dang lightsaber in his hand. Some of these, they do move. They have a little bit of play. But of course, I obviously don't want to break anything, and so I'm kind of hesitant. Like with Kenner, there we go. So the right hand is much easier, as probably intended. So there you go, guys. Just gotta be gentle. And there you go, Sith Luke. For all you expanded universe lovers out there, you can get your dark side Luke on. Funky, man, funky but creative, you know, just again creating some just off, you know, because toy collectors, man, people love, they buy every variation of action figure out there known to man, some folks. And so you gotta, in my opinion, I think it's cool that your Next 17 is doing this, just making some funky stuff that other people would like. You know, this figure is probably not for everyone because Luke, we never saw Luke like this. But Hasbro, Jesus, they've made plenty of figures that were just off the wall, and you know, and then also the expanded universe. If you guys remember that from the Legends books, comics, you know, figures were made that you never saw in the movies and were just ideas. So again, making something funky, and there you go. You got yourself a Sith Luke. The head does move. I forgot to point it out. So, you know, keeping with the 5 points of articulation, it looks like the baby wampa is the only thing that doesn't have a head that moves, but Sith Luke does. So, just like to let you guys know that. And last but not least, we did it again. We got us a Sith alien version of the Jabba goon. And this guy, okay. So this is what I'm saying, man. These are toys. Next 17 knows how to have fun, man. They're just like, you know what, screw it, let's just do this for kicks. And they made us a double-bladed lightsaber. Now this is kind of cool, man. That, holy gosh, this is dope. Like, double-bladed lightsaber for a Sith character, a Sith alien version. And there absolutely could be, because who the heck am I or you or anyone else to say that there wasn't somewhere in the galaxy a Sith version of this alien? Because as we know, as we've seen in the prequels, there were many different alien species on the Jedi Council, and heck yeah, man, there could absolutely have been a Sith version of this guy, this alien whose name I can't remember, and I feel so horrible about that. But yes, same figure, colored him differently, and gave him a double-bladed lightsaber, which is kind of wicked, man. And of course he has the belt that's removable, which I won't take off. But yeah, this is definitely an expanded universe off screen. You know, we didn't see it on screen, but we definitely can imagine where it could have gone, somewhere in the galaxy. So again, Next 17, just doing some wacky fun stuff as a toy maker. I dig that they're bold enough to try to do stuff, and Again, maybe it doesn't appeal to everyone out there, but a lot of people will find this probably cool and you know, like to put it in some kind of display. And you know, I dig the fact that they're just bold. They actually just trying stuff, you know, out of the box, thinking out of the box, you know. First off, making figures that we never got, and then just trying things. And I feel like that's where Next 17 will possibly, you know, be charting a new path. Is that they're bold enough to try things. Some stuff works, some stuff doesn't. I don't make toys. I don't make these decisions. I just like to get them and review them and talk about them and show them off and, dare I say, play with them. And so it's easy for me to just appreciate what is, as opposed to having to come up with these ideas myself. So like I said, I do respect the fact that they're bold enough to come up with things that are out of the box, and that's why I grabbed some of these. I wanted to see exactly what it was all about, and I like to show you guys at home what's out there. You know, some folks maybe don't even know who the Next 17 is, and like I said, they've been around for, I think, about 2-3 years now, and 2 years. And the first figure I got was an F It Mon, which was a awesome Jabba the Hutt action figure, and then this is now part of their Wave 2. So super cool to see that they're still chugging along and increasing the line, expanding, and adding more figures to the collection. Which brings me to my next point, guys. This is all Wave 2. All of these figures are from Wave 2. The Next 17 has a Wave 3 that is on the horizon. The Wave 3 figures, I've seen like production photos of these things, and they're awesome. They are from the Cantina. There's a slew of characters from the Cantina that the Next 17 has made. We've got, if I remember correctly, there's Wooher, the bartender, the gruff, chubby-looking bartender dude. There's the red Devorian, devil-looking alien character. There is the alien that kind of looks the most like E.T., like an E.T. version of him. Some Cantina bar patrons, essentially. He's made a few aliens that go into the scene that we had in A New Hope. So I'm going to leave a link in the description down below for you guys to get your pre-order on for Wave 3. Again, this is Wave 3. They're all the Cantina figures the Next 17 is made. There's probably there's 6 of them. There's a lot of them, and they look awesome. I'm definitely getting my order in. I want a bartender, and we've never had a bartender for our Cantina, and finally the Next 17 has done that. So check out that link, and you guys will be able to, which I'll leave that link in the description down below for you guys to check out and see all the photos. And don't hesitate to order, man. These are going to be sweet. I mean, I'm very excited for the Cantina figures to come out, because my Cantina sadly needs a bar, man. Oh, okay, here we go. So sorry, guys. I didn't realize there was more. Kind of lost what I was saying here. So here we go. Okay, so this is like a little backdrop, a little display thing, if you will, for the figures. Okay, obviously that's a viewport. Super cool. I forgot that they included these. Okay, so here we go. This is making more sense now that I'm seeing this. Here are some Wave 2 and Wave 2B Desonans. Hope you enjoy them. So, okay, here we go. I believe this is Jaquil. Again, it's an alien, guys. It's an alien. I don't know what I'm saying. So, Jaquil, and this, I'm guessing, is Tanis Spijek from Jabba's Palace in Return of the Jedi. So there you go. Finally, we get the proper names to these gentlemen. We have a Dark Empire Sith Luke, exactly, from the Dark Horse comics. Exactly, that's what I was talking about, the expanded universe stuff. So, got a little fuzz and whatnot on Luke's cape. Anyway, so we got Dark Luke, which is sweet. Again, for a lot of people collected the comics, read the books. So Super cool. Good on Next 17 for doing that. You know, giving some throwback to figures that have, you know, characters that were never really immortalized, probably in plastic, and now we have a dark Sith Luke. Told you there was a purpose for this. And then of course we have the black baby wampa, which is very interesting. Ugly, like he looks like he'd just chew your arm off, like straight up. And then we have exactly a Luke Jabba's palace hologram. See, I told you guys, this is exactly, you know, when I saw these online, I just saw, you know, sometimes I don't read the details, I just see the figure and I'm like, oh, that looks cool, click order. So sometimes I forget exactly what the details are of some of the stuff, but it's nice. I forgot that he included this, so this is awesome. So we have, what was I saying, Luke's Jabba's palace hologram. We have the Obi-Wan Hoth spirit. We have the, I can't even pronounce this one, K-Crook, the Sith Jaquil. Okay, so this is definitely Jaquil. All right. And then we have the Obi-Wan Tatooine arrival. Hello there. Come here, my little friend. Don't be afraid. So that's what you got right there. And he says, this Obi-Wan is from Star Wars A New Hope when Ben tells Luke about arriving on Tatooine after fighting in the mysterious Clone Wars. Exactly. So there you go. There you go. The explanation. Sincerely, Graham. And that is the gentleman that is behind the Next 17 toys. And perfect. Perfect. Here's some marketing for the Next 17. Love this. Ages 40 and up. Check out thenext17.com for current and upcoming figures and sign up to this mailing list. You've got all their links, Linktree, website, Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, and of course their Patreon. And like I said, guys, this is here in the video now for you to see, but I'm physically going to put the link for the Wave 3 in the description of the video down below. So check down below the video to check it out. Perfect. So here they are, guys. Yes, so excited about this. Okay, so this is keeping with like the Kenner style card back, and here we have, this is the F-It Mon that I was talking about, which I have. We have the entire wave of figures. So I didn't get this one. I got the Sith version. But we got the Obi-Wan. Oh, he makes a hooded Obi-Wan too. Shoot, I didn't even realize that. Okay, and there's the regular version of the Wampa. So there's the two Jedi, or the Hoth Obi and the Jabba hologram Luke. So here's the Cantina, guys. Look at these dudes. Oh my God, I cannot wait to order these guys, man. I'm getting tongue-tied. I'm so excited. So check this out. Look at these guys. So 103 is Hem Dazan, which is this fella. Look at that. Cloth robe. So sick. 97 is, or I'm sorry, 104 is Falterpern, which is this fella right here. So cool. And of course, Dr. Evazan. Finally we get a Dr. Evazan. And then 106 is the Devil Man, which is, I guess his name is pronounced Malak. Cloth robe, awesome. And last but not least, last on this row anyway, is Wooher. Wooher? Is that how you pronounce the guy's name? The bartender. Nobody knew his name in the movies, so whatever. He's the bartender. It comes with 2 drinks. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. And last we have Wolfman, which is Lav Sibrak. So freaking cool. So there you go, boys and girls. That is the Cantina lineup. So what is that? That's 6 figures. 6 brand new figures to stick in your Cantina. Holy crap. Cannot wait to get this for my collection. Jesus, this is going to be awesome. Finally, a bartender. That's huge, huge. An Evazan, a Dr. Evazan go upon to Baba. Another huge glaring hole about to be filled thanks to the Next 17. So boys, nicely done. I'm so excited to get these. And then getting these other aliens. 4 new aliens to stick in the Cantina. Man, my Cantina is going to be full. I don't know about you guys, but it is going to be full. this guy's going to be busy slinging drinks. That's all I can say. And then there's like 3 spots here that, like in Kenner fashion, were blocked out on the back of the MOCs. So he's got 3 more figures that I don't know what they are. I guess we'll have to wait to find out. So that's pretty sweet. That is pretty sweet. I love that there's more on the horizon. Collect them all, obviously. And then this is the Sith line. So he's made a whole Sith line of figures. And then there's these limited edition figures, which there's that little black wampa that I got. So he's, again, swinging for the fences, just making some bold choices, some fun choices, doing some funky, wacky things, which I dig. I think that's very cool. And then, of course, he's got backdrops, which is the thing I have below, and different it looks like, let's see here, A2. Yeah, so basically just different backdrops and things, cloaks, lightsabers, different weapons, just keeping with the accessories essentially. So, which is, I dig that. It's cool. He's making extra accessories. Kenner was notorious for, making survival kits and, accessory packs, weapon packs, things that you could purchase or write to Kenner and get if you lost stuff. They'd send you a bag of goodies. So Next 17 is kind of doing that as well. Super cool of them. I love getting this little card back, shall we say, so I know what's coming out. Like, this is awesome. This is the whole shebang. Man, I'm super jazzed about these Cantina guys. I'm going to leave that link for the website down below to get your pre-order on for Wave 3. Check it out. Don't miss out. Don't miss out. I mean, these things are going to sell like hotcakes. Jesus. All right, you guys. So happy to share all this huge unboxing with you guys. This has been a lot of fun. Love getting new action figures to put in my collection. And I had to see what the Next 17 is up to, and they did not disappoint. And it's always a good day to get new action figures, guys. Appreciate you for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. What do you guys think of the Next 17's Wave 2 figures? Let me know in the comments down below. Did you even know about the Next 17? A lot of people don't know about them yet. They are a custom toy maker, but somebody like myself who's just now getting into custom figures, as you guys have seen in some of my earlier videos, I'm really expanding upon my collection and adding a lot of custom figures to my toy line. So it's been a lot of fun. I take a lot of joy into seeing what custom makers are doing these days, and it's so much fun. It's a great time to be a Star Wars toy collector because there's always new stuff being made by people that just want to make something fun. That, if it, like I said, if it doesn't exist, they go out and make it, and it's just absolutely brilliant. So I do appreciate the creativity that goes into these toys. So let me know in the comments down below what you think of these action figures. Did you already own them? Do you plan on buying them? And lastly, let's not forget, Wave 3 is coming out. This is the Cantina line, as I mentioned earlier. I'm going to leave a link down in the description below for you guys to check out. Get your pre-order on. Don't miss out. Things like this are probably going to go quick because everyone has wanted a bartender for their Cantina. I know I'm getting one. I can't not have a bartender at long last. And we're going to get some of these other figures that Kenner didn't make, and I haven't seen anyone else make them. So the Next 17 is going to fill in some slots. It's an awesome thing that they're doing. So check out the link below in the description. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give the old like button a thumbs up to support the channel. And if you've not already done so, blast that subscribe button and hit that notifications bell so you don't miss any valuable Star Wars content. And remember, collect or collect not, there is no try.